Welcome chess friends. Today I'm going to share some exciting new functionality in forward chess. You can search for positions in the catalog and in your library of forward chess. And I think that is an absolute game changer. I think it's really amazing and I'm going to show you how it works. So this is my forward chess library. Forward chess is my favorite chess ebook reader. So I have about 25 books. So let me show you how it works. I'm going to lead chess and I'm going to start an analysis board. And you can see here the opening book says Hans Schut as white. And let me select a line from the Scotch Gambit. Right. So most of the time what is being played is bishop d7, but let's go to bishop c5. Right. Bishop e3 is critical. And now let's look at the line castle. Knight takes c6, b takes c6, bishop takes c5, knight takes c5, bishop takes, rook b8, queen takes d5, queen e7, and castled. Right, so I can now copy this ven, and here we have forward chess, position search. I paste the ven, I say search, and you can see in which books this occurs. So the Scotch Gambit by Alex Fishbein and the Coffee House Repertoire, those are the two that I own. So let me just show you Coffee House Repertoire. So it says here castle. Now it's not the time to worry about defending the b2 pawn. Black will have to spend some time regaining his sacrificed pawns, right? And then we will go into it later. I just want to show you, right, if you go, for instance, to playing 1, e4, e5, it's a book that I don't own, I haven't purchased. Then you get the buy button instead of the read button. But you get this snippet. And the snippet, right, it gives you a lot of information about the book. So it says here, queen e7, castle, rook takes b2, knight c3, rook d8, queen f3. And now if I press the buy button, I go to the book. So it's by Nikos and Tearless, who just published the book Reimagining 1e4, and this was the book from 2016 in which he discusses this position. But let's go back to the search. So for books that you don't own and for books that you own, you get a snippet which gives you like an overview of what's in the book. But if you go to your own books that you have in your own library, you go to read, and it takes you exactly to the position where this occurs. Right? So this is the book by Graham Jones. And imagine that I say, okay, this is actually a very critical line, and I would like to remember this for the future. Then I can add this to a position trainer. You can see, you get this pop-up, and I say Scotch Gambit, early bishop c5 line, right? And you can see moves to train, choose side to train, right? So you can choose all moves from the start, chosen moves only, or start with move, and you can choose how far you want to go into the line and which sides you want to train. If you save, right? And then you can immediately start practicing this line in a spaced repetition environment. And now this is from a game between by Peter Switler with black, and white played not bishop c4 here, but d4 first. So it's a slightly different move order. Bishop e3 critical, and now knight takes c6. And queen takes d5 and castle. And it says, well done. So you can search for positions. The search gives you the whole catalog. It gives you a snippet of books that you don't own. It gives you a snippet of books you own. For the books you own, there's a button read, and it takes you to exactly the position that you're interested in. And what is also special is that it is not only the case that it has indexed the main lines, no, all subvariations have been indexed. So when you do a search for openings in Chessable, they have indexed it on the main lines, but not on the subvariations. But in the case of forward chess, all subvariations have been indexed, and you can search for it. And why I also, of course, like forward chess is because they have a decent engine in here, which is Stockfish 16, right? So other environments, they have Stockfish 14 or Stockfish 10, and you can, of course, also say how deep it has to search and how many lines you want. But since Stockfish 15, Stockfish made a major jump because of NNUE, the neural network version. And so with Stockfish 16, you have a strong engine within your ebook reader. And you can see you have a board. You can play through the different lines on the board. You can also, of course, combine it with, let's say, Chessable, right? So here is my Scotch Gambit course. And you can say, okay, imagine that I just want to go into the main line. So we just looked at the alternative. Let's go into the first position. And right, so here we have position after knight c5. Okay, we have to go a little bit further, f3, because it really starts here, right? So this is one of the tabiyas. Again, we could copy the Ven, take the Ven to forward chess, right? Paste the Ven, do a search, and we get all the positions, all the books in which this position occurs. So there's opening repertoire, the open games with black, chess informant, right? So I can click it, I don't own it, but you can see here, it's not a main line, it's a subvariation, but it has indexed all subvariations, which is very powerful. And again, of course, I can go to the books I own, the coffee house repertoire, and say, okay, I'm studying this book on Chessable, but I'd like to have some more background. And you can just read the books by Gwayne Jones and by Alex Fishbein, study courses on Chessable, and combine the two like this, if you want to have more background on a specific position. So I'm really excited. The fact that when you play a game, you can directly look for a position, you can analyze your game history, with an opening tree and see where you have to improve. You can create spaced repetition variations within forward chess. You get the snippets from books that you can buy and snippets from books that you own. For the books that you own, you can press the read button. It takes you exactly to the right position and you can go from there. So I'm definitely going to use it, and I wanted to share with you that this is now available, and I hope that you are so excited as I am about this new functionality. Thank you all for watching. I hope you liked this video, and I hope you come back for more content on my YouTube channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.